tour de force for the camera.
Remember, we saw an Ashkenazic listing in that catalog. Shaposhnik. Has a very Turkish voice.
Yeah, but
I'd say more than the other guy.
Let's put something else, but it's fascinating. Marty, I don't know what to do first, to tell you the truth. We will need to take some effective steps, and then also see if we can put together a new selection, and you can write some notes. I mean, some of these highlights, because some of these materials are very rare.
I don't have much.
Yeah. You mean in this?
It's part of the category.
Yeah. Now, for example, the
Turkish I have.
yeah, the Turkish Chaim, because it is Chaim, I would put that on a CD and try to see if Kalan, if they want to issue like they did with Al Ghazi, that they issue the Turkish stuff. What do you think?
I don't know.
It's a
I know people who work at Kalan. I know a couple of guys who work at Kalan.
Yeah.
Two, exactly. Kalan knows of me. Mr. Soltuk knows of me.
Okay.
He, in fact, took one of my LPs, or was it a CD, and just copied the selections onto his own product.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
he was
you
a
see,
little embarrassed.
That's embarrassing. That shouldn't be done. And he even doesn't mention you in the notes. Okay.
Right.
That, of course, it's not ethical, and anything that certainly, if I do, will be specifically written from the Martin Schwartz collection, and you're most than welcome to write your own notes. That's no problem. But that's me. And Kalan, they should. I have to say that with me they were fair.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I send in the records,
I'm told that Soltuk, excuse me, he really does it out of the love of the music.
Oh, yeah.
But he doesn't make much profit.
No, on the
You know,
contrary.
he's in this film called The Bridge of Longing, or whatever, about the musical scene in Istanbul.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen that film. I missed that one.
He's in there. Yes, it has some good stuff in it, and some garbage.
Yeah. Well, the other person involved with Kalan, I think, is my colleague Bülent Aksoy. He's a very distinguished musicologist, and he's one of the participants in this operation.
You know, the two brothers, Arjament and Bülent. I think I met Bülent
Perhaps.
in Athens, yeah. He seemed to be a nice man.
Yeah. He's a very nice man.
And he's a colleague of this author that I mentioned who has this book about the recording.
Okay. So that makes sense. And they have to be grateful that you kept these materials, with the huge country that they have, and we have to give them the stuff. I don't know what they did with all these records.
I have a lot of Turkish stuff.
Yeah.
Some I'm sure rare, some less rare, some very beautiful.
Can we hear the Algava? That's because it's one of the singers that really interest me.
interesting what you say about the possibility of the concept of chazanut coming from the Ashkenazi.
I have no evidence that there was in the Sephardic tradition such a highly elaborated I mean, there was improvisation with makam, but this tour de force, of vocal display, I don't know, I may be mistaken, but I think it comes from the exposure to these voices of Ashkenaz.
Somewhere I have a recording by Pierre Pinchik, who is very good.
Of course.
And
he was great.
He has a recording in Yiddish called Nu Nu Nu, which is about 4 types of people, 3 types, 4 types. Enosh, Adam, Ish, I forget what they all are. He has a section there that to me sounds like pure rust. Improvisation.
Really?
Well, Pinchik is very borderline in many ways, no? And it's
okay, well, I like Pinchik.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I'm just saying in terms of like
Pinchik is
his
one of my
his
guys.
chazunas,
Weizmann too. It took me a while to get into the famous Rosenblatt, but I finally got it that he was a great cantor. Okay, so this is Madame Gaspard. And on the other side is, both nice things. Did you happen to see Judith Berlowitz while you were here?
Who?
There's a woman who used to teach Spanish at UC named Judith Berlowitz.
I remember that you mentioned.
Yeah, I'll tell you why.
No, I
when we
didn't.
hear the other side of this. I don't know the exact speed here. This sounds alright. It sounds okay, doesn't it? Because the recordings were not exactly.
I know.
So you have to adjust them a little bit. I can do so. I obtained this record from
You see, it's so funny, they don't know the harmony. It's a French song and they play the same chord over and over. They don't.
I think Judith Cohen has done some research on
Yeah. She sings also this. But you see, what remained in oral tradition and was printed in anthologies is it's nothing. This is the entire song. It's like a Chad Gadya.
Yes. Or Old MacDonald had a farm.
What?
Old MacDonald had a farm.
Had a farm. It was.
They finally get onto the
He gets out of there. It's great.
It's rust. I get the rust and Mahura confused sometimes.
No,
It's rust.
Marty, there is a Hebrew song. I wrote about this. This is fascinating. Also, like Old MacDonald, Bad, it's a very old song. It's a piyut in which all the birds sing the praise of the Lord. And so every stanza goes by one bird, and it says a pasuk from Tehillim, a verse from Tehillim, and then the onomatopoeic sound is taken from the last verse, from the last word of the verse of Tehillim.
Oh, for example, do you remember?
So, Ya'alel Adonai Imrei Pi, Pi Pi Ri, Pi Pi Pi, okay, something like that. And and it's a very old song. And
what is the bird that says P?
I don't remember, but I can send you the article.
That's interesting.
And we discovered many versions and variants was widespread throughout the Mediterranean, even in India. And it has probably also to do with a very old midrash, which is called, I forgot the name, which speaks about all the birds praising God. And then one of the oldest versions, Francesco, is from Venice. And the song starts, I went to the marina, with marina in Hebrew, and I saw a bird. What is that bird? The bird is blah, blah, blah. Pasuk from Tehillim, and he says, kra, kra, kra. B'shem Adonai kra, 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 kra.
So a crow or something.
Yeah,
Crow.
crow, something.
Yeah.
So I was wondering whether there is any whatsoever relation between it. But the idea of using onomatopoeic, there are two basic ideas. One is the onomatopoeia of animals or birds or whatever, and then it's the Hadgadiyat, the principle, the additive principle.
It's an interesting idea, interesting development.
Yeah.
Incidentally, I was coughing very strongly the other day, and a crow or a raven started to imitate me very, very loudly, kept on crowing at me. And I finally, stuck my head out the window and I said, Mr. Crow, stop making noise, stop imitating me. And he went, oh, and then he stopped. Heel mensen, van der Storien, woest mijn zeder, zeg, woest mijn zeder alleen is geween bij dem, So this is, interesting parallel of sorts to that kind of melody. Greek love song. I should play an accompaniment with the other one so you can hear, I have it on tape. Sometimes the violinist, who knew Romanian and to some extent, I imagine, Yiddish music, will just play a few Yiddish licks, because he knows the similarity.
Really?
I don't know if it's on this one, but I know the violinist. I'll play something.
Yeah.